what we learned is that the more transparent you can be, people like the transparency. So we teach from that we're not experts because we know everything.
Right.
We teach from we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
We know what not to do.
Hey everybody, it's Greg, and I'm so excited to have a great conversation lined up for you today. I'm here with George and Tondra Gregory. Of course, it's a little weird for me to say the last name Gregory because the only time I ever hear that is when I'm in trouble. So Gregory, so my mom would yell that out. So it's a little triggering.
Sure.
Look,
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Aaron and I actually had them on our podcast, crazy little thing called Marriage. It was such a fun conversation that I went, man, the next time you guys are in town, let's get together. Let's keep talking
Yeah.
about marriage. You guys have been married for over 30 years now. And I love what God's taught you. You have a new book coming out. You get to do some work with the Los Angeles Chargers.
Right.
So God is using you guys.
Yeah.
And so right as we get in to this, I always say this, so don't forget to subscribe. We have weekly videos like this interview just to keep helping you in your marriage and to see your family thrive in Christ. So don't forget to subscribe. So maybe let's start with how you guys met, your love story, because I remember you told us just a little bit of it, but it was such a great story. So why don't we start? And
Yeah.
again, tell me how you guys fell in love.
First, thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank
We love doing this with you guys. We met in college at North Carolina A&T State University
Yes.
in Biology 101. And I saw her across the room, thought she was cute. So I gave her my schedule. She said, "Can I see your schedule?" And I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
And then she
was
got lost.
working you already.
She was working me.
Yeah.
And she got lost for about 20 minutes. And then she comes back and she's like, "Okay, now we have all of our classes on." So she had gone to the registrar's office and signed up for the same classes as me. So freshman
Tondra,
year,
well done. See,
So I just had to
that's
have you, huh?
assertive.
Now this is his narrative,
Yeah, right.
and I think he believes it after all these years because he continues to say it.
You know, it's not lying if you believe it.
That's right.
So
That's right.
that's the difference. So Tondra, what's the truth?
So the truth is we did have a lot of the same classes. So we kept seeing each other in the same classes. And George, I say, was charismatic. So he felt like he had to welcome all the women to each class.
I did.
That's a beautiful way to say that. Very charismatic.
Yes.
Yeah. Not a flirt or
Exactly.
a player.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what he was the person that was, I always joke with him. I was like, you were just always in some girl's face.
She's getting real now.
Okay.
Right? You know, you're just welcoming. You're
Yeah.
just trying
That's
to
what he was
serve
saying.
the Lord
Just wanna
by
make sure
letting
everybody's
people feel
comfortable.
welcome. It just happened to be more female, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
That's right.
We get it.
Absolutely.
So from there, you obviously, who made the first move then? Did you?
that was George that made the first move because he, again, thought he was God's gift to women.
I was just confident.
Yeah.
I was confident that you shoot your shot. And I shot my shot with a lot of different women. I know this is a Christian show, but then
But
I
this is
wasn't a
before
believer.
Christ. This is-
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and so over 2 years, we really tried to, in the worldly sense, you know, do the girl and the God thing
Yeah.
of dating each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just really couldn't connect, if you will.
Okay.
And she had a boyfriend at times, and I had a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and all the advice that we gave each other never worked. And so we were priming each other
That's right.
to kind of get together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me and Aaron. She was always dating someone. I was always dating someone. So we never actually dated through college, although like you guys knew each other.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
much after college that we
Yeah.
actually got together. Sounds pretty similar.
Yeah. Towards the end of our college.
So you started dating,
Yeah.
made it
And-
down the aisle.
Yes, we made it down the aisle. One of the things that was a really defining moment, I feel like, of our friendship, because we were friends for a long time. But when George got serious with the Lord, he led me to the Lord after that.
Really?
And
That's right.
once
Okay, I
he
do remember
led
that,
me to the
yeah.
Lord, then we started immediately doing ministry together on our campus. And we started a campus Bible study
That's right.
that we did every Friday night. And we were so
Wow.
creative with the name of this Bible study.
The
It was
Friday
called
night
a
Bible
Friday
study.
night Bible study.
How did you come up with
I
that?
know,
Wow.
right? So
Took us
original.
hours.
Yeah,
Hours.
I bet. Yeah.
And so just us serving and in Bible study and just kind of God really used that time in our life to really make an impact for his kingdom on our campus. So so that's where we started to see each other in a different light through that.
Do you ever encourage couples who are dating to where they do share faith, they are doing things like praying together, doing ministry together? Is there ever a caution around that? Because that creates such a deep, deep level of intimacy
Sure.
within the relationship. And
Yeah.
when you're dating or maybe engaged, did you find that created some challenges, or have you encouraged couples be careful with love you're doing that, but be a little
Yes.
cautious?
Absolutely.
Yes, we definitely caution couples to do that,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like, meaning it's healthy to stay in a group setting, right? We like to say that the spirit is willing, but the flesh, that's a Bible verse, by the way.
Yeah.
Our flesh gets weak, and
That's
so
right.
no matter how strong you think you are,
Yeah.
you know, it's best to use wisdom. And I wish we could say that we use the wisdom ourselves, right? And so we actually ended up after we gave Christ our life, we still had some things that was being worked out with our salvation or sanctification, I would say, not salvation, but we actually ended up dating in a sense and got pregnant.
Okay.
And so Tondra likes to say I led her to the Lord, but I also got her pregnant, which is
I was like, that's not discipleship 101.
right. And that's
New life all the way around. Yeah.
but that's definitely not, you know, what
We don't subscribe
we
to
don't
that.
subscribe to that necessarily.
Yeah, we definitely say get the boundaries,
Yes.
get mentorship, get people in your life. That's one of the things that we didn't have as new believers. We kind of didn't have that older wise covering over us when we were. I know I was radically saved. George was radically saved, but kind of, you know, he grew up in a Christian home.
Yeah.
I did not. And so even though we had the heart to serve God, it's still, you do need parameters. You do need wisdom and guidance and accountability on how to date as believers. I had the framework of dating in the world, but I didn't have a framework for dating as a believer, you know, and that's why I'm saying, hearing your dad's story on how he started with all these Christian college students saying they need help with dating is exactly, you need help with dating when you're in college, especially if you don't have if you only have a world's view of dating. You definitely need a biblical view of dating.
Well, my dad, a guy named Gary Smalley, so one of the original kind of marriage gurus, started off in Waco, Texas, in a little Bible study with some Baylor students. And I love that you guys had an opportunity even with him just to learn from him and just to see how God kind of used him in your life, because I love your 25 years plus now marriage ministry. Someone's listening to this going, man, that's our story.
Sure.
Yes.
Maybe they didn't get pregnant, but maybe they made some compromises as they were dating. How do you encourage someone, a couple, you know, years now into the marriage, maybe they're still dealing with shame or guilt, feeling bad about some choices that were made? How have you guys kind of found freedom from that part of your love story?
Yeah. Well, we like to say that we are pictures of God's grace.
Yeah.
Right.
We all are, but I love that. Yeah.
And my divinity professor used to say we're all crooked sticks trying to make straight lines.
Oh man, that's
And
good.
you know, we didn't
right there.
it will. That will. And there's so many times that I think we try to live this perfect life that we don't recognize we're human. And so so Tondra and I, we know we're not perfect, but yet we try to win together. And that's the one thing that we realize is, as we started off in our marriages, we didn't have the proper game plan. And so we try to rebound from there. And so we like to tell your audience today, it doesn't matter where you start. It matters that you can rewrite your story and God's in your boat with you. And that's what we like, that God is with you.
And I would just add, like, there was a lot of shame and condemnation that I had wrestled with after that.
Yeah.
And it was like the enemy wants to keep your testimony and story silent. So that's one of
Yeah.
the tactics that he uses is
Yeah.
to condemn and shame you so that you would stay silent. And
right.
I felt so unworthy to share my testimony. I felt unworthy to even help anybody with their marriage. And once I was able to just give it to God and just accept what God had for me and forgive myself,
Yeah.
because he had already forgiven me.
Right.
And I released that. I got the freedom and the confidence to say, like, no, yeah, I did mess up or I didn't do everything right, but God's goodness and his faithfulness and his grace, I would never have come to know it the way that I came to know it had I not gone through this circumstance in my marriage and in my life. And it changed me forever for the good, because now I'm like, I won't shut up. Like,
Which
I
we don't
won't
want
stop.
you to be
I
silent.
won't
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
declaring that no matter where you are, God can reach you, and you don't have to be perfect. He can still use you because he gets the glory in all of it. So.
That's right. It reminds me of that Ebenezer stone, that stone of help, to where we acknowledge whatever we've gone through. Look at the ways that God has shown up and he's been faithful.
That's right.
Because he's brought you guys in through your marriage now into a beautiful marriage ministry. You guys talk about how you started off in it was rough. You know, like all of us, you had to learn to work through some things. What's a hard season maybe you guys have faced in how did God use that hard season, and what did he teach you through that?
Yeah. You want to talk about, we have so many.
We
got
could
to
flip a coin over.
We have to pick. Well, this is going to be funny to anyone who's not married, but those who are married will get it. We almost divorced over something so simple as getting to places on time.
That 4-letter word, man.
And so,
George is always late, right?
Just the
He
opposite.
hates to be,
you
I
can
get
tell
that
he's
sense.
like, right? No, he was raised to be
Right.
15
On
minutes
time is,
early.
exactly.
Yes,
That's right.
to be 15
That's
minutes
right.
early. His dad said that that's how you honor people and you value people. And this, I wasn't raised like that, so I didn't understand
You're
why
like,
he
hey,
felt like he needed to
as
be
long as
there
I'm within 30 minutes, I mean,
30
right?
That's how I was raised.
That's Aaron.
It's a 15-minute grace period
Right.
that everybody gives
Right.
you.
That's what she would say, 15 minutes, but it was more like 30.
Yeah.
But we cycled
Yes.
this one little theme in our marriage starting off. That's what we cycled.
Yes.
So it just created some power struggles,
much
you have
power
conflict
struggle.
around it.
Yes.
Right. And so what we learned to do is we weren't talking about the same thing. Because again, she was thinking 15 minutes fashionably late. I was thinking 15 minutes on time.
Yeah.
And I would often call out, at the door, and we had small kids.
several different solutions we tried.
Right. I tried, calling out at the door. Hey, you got 15 minutes, you got 10 minutes, you got 5 minutes. And it never worked though. And she told me one time, she says, listen, if you want to help me grab a baby bottle and pack
a diaper bag or something, you're standing up there just waiting on me.
And so, but over the years, we learned that, we had to get a plan with that, right? And so once we found out what we were meaning by being on time to places.
Yeah, that's how we uncovered once we had a conversation, like, why is this such a hard thing for us to get over? And people don't realize just those small unresolved things can slowly deteriorate the quality of your relationship. Something so small can become big. And so that's when we just uncovered that, we weren't working towards the same goal. We didn't have the same perspective on things. And so once we could understand each other's perspective and the value that was attached to it from George's side of the family, we were able to come up with a solution to be on the same page. And so when somebody said, be there at 10, we both said, we're going to aim towards being there at 10 o'clock. And then we worked as a team to get there at 10.
Yeah. And I love that, because part of what you're saying is, one, both people matter. There's got to be room for both.
That's exactly.
And yet you guys arrived at a good solution because you put some time in to understand what was that really about. Maybe for George, it was, I feel like we're being disrespectful.
Right.
That matters to me. Or, I'm feeling overwhelmed. So I love that. I love how you guys work that through. Now you guys have have done, marriage ministry with the Chargers and with couples. You've done that for a long time. And you developed kind of this goal of this purpose together, to where, how are we going to use our marriage to, to honor God and to bless others?
Sure.
How for that couple maybe who haven't figured that out, well, what's a way that they could begin even today to think about, how will we use our marriage? We love what they're doing. How can we use our marriage in some sort of ministry together?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think, just inviting couples into your home, right?
Okay.
Where it might be
Do
leading
some hospitality.
might be leading a small group, or
Yeah.
it might just be, getting together with sports as the, as the impetus. But
Yeah.
we just like, we love as a family to invite other families over. And there's sometimes that you can do a lot of ministry, or you can see where you can kind of, help couples, no matter where you are in your journey of marriage, right?
Yeah, it's about
That's good.
literally finding something that you can share, that you have a joint heart for,
Yeah.
and then just I feel like it actually helps your marriage when you can be outward focused and serve it. There's a book, I can't remember the name of it, but it was saying, it's either a book or research, but basically people who are other focused are a lot happier than people who are self-focused. When you're focused in on
Makes sense.
your problems,
Right.
your issues, what's not going right, you're less happy. And then if you are focused on others, serving others, you are more happier because of serving and what it does
Yeah.
for you.
I know Aaron and I experience that when we get to go out
Yeah.
and do this, or maybe teach a marriage
Yes,
event,
yeah.
that we experience that, that the joy of just being together.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, I would say that when Aaron and I are doing ministry together, that's probably some of the most intimate, just deep connection experiences that we have.
Sure. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
that's what I love. And you guys are modeling that. I so appreciate the commitment that you guys have to continue growing in your marriage. I mean, that's clear from our conversations that your growth
Yes.
as a couple matters. And all of what you're learning, you then turn around and are honest.
Yeah.
You're not afraid to share the good, the bad, the ugly,
Yeah.
because that's what I know I need to hear that. I draw inspiration going,
Yeah.
okay, if they've gone through that,
Yeah.
if they've experienced that, there's hope for us as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I
And that's-
appreciate the way you guys are willing to be that transparent and open and honest.
Yeah, what we learned is that the more transparent you can be, people like the transparency. So we teach from that we're not experts because we know everything.
Right.
We teach from we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
We know what not to do.
Yeah.
Right. And so there's a story in the Bible about a man at the pool of Bethesda, and he told him, they went through this miracle story, and he says, "Get up, take your mat, and walk."
Right.
And a lot of us forget our mat, but that's our testimony.
Mhm.
And so for us, we don't mind telling people the good, the bad, and the ugly, because we use it as a teaching tool to help. And that's what we want to do. We just want to help couples.
I love it. In that story especially, as I've read it, that's always what has stood out to me is why would Jesus tell him to take that nasty cruddy
Right.
mat with him? But I think it continued to remind him of the look what God has done.
Sure.
So I so appreciate that.
Yeah.
So you guys, thank you
Yeah.
for the conversation.
Yeah.
Thanks for the ministry. You've got the new book
Yes.
that's coming out. So we'll put a link to that here in the comment section. So hey, if you want to hear more from George and Tondra, we had a great interview with them on Crazy Little Thing Called Marriage, our podcast. We'll go ahead and put a link to that episode. So thank you guys for being a part of this conversation.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. We really enjoyed it.
So if you found this helpful, go ahead and like the video. Don't forget, subscribe for weekly videos just like this. If maybe something that you heard, maybe you raised another question, put that in the comments. We'd love to know what you're thinking. If there's a video or a topic that you would love us to really talk about, again, let us know, and then we'll turn around and do that, because we want to see your family thrive in Christ.